Fraser is a very well-established and very well-known company in the mining industry in South Africa, Africa, and in fact on a global basis. The business was established in 1912 and was principally known for tailings management. However, the business has transitioned over the years, and in fact, tailings management now is only one part of the business. A lot of what we do is around how do we remain a counterparty to the leading mining companies in the world. Not a follower, not a service provider who's trying to catch up with their technologies, but a service provider who's demonstrating technologies to them. And as they transition into a greener economy business, and the mining industry is going to transition fundamentally in the next 20 years, and we need to be an important part of that transition. We do a lot of mineral processing, which is the upgrading of minerals into a form that can be sold or further beneficiated. We do a lot of mining in the form of hydraulic remining mostly, where we remine existing tailings dams. We then do a lot of deposition management of the material that's generated out of the mining processes, including out of our own activities in remining. And then we have a construction business that's focused principally on building tailings storage facilities and then a lot of on-mine civils as well. And where the business has really moved to is that almost everything we do is around the management of waste and the transforming of waste from something that doesn't have value, or in cases has a negative value. That means it might be an environmental liability, it might be a financial liability as it stands. And then through our activities, we're able to transform that into value. Principally, it means, can it benefit from a profit perspective, a people perspective, and a planet perspective? The positive people side, one has to be quite intentional around making sure that your activities are positive from a social perspective. When one designs the project and designs the project with social benefit in mind, then you can build in benefit for the local community that's sustainable. And that's the legacy of the resources industry, is it comes, it extracts, it damages, and it goes. And that is what has created this very negative perception of the mining sector. The changing of that is around ensuring this triple bottom line benefit and the sustainable benefit to all stakeholders. What retreating waste does, it gives us a unique opportunity, the only opportunity really, for that same community that's been there in that extractive environment and often damaging environment to actually share in the same resource that's been extracted. You have a second chance at doing it better. Safety is a very, very important part of it. We work in an industry that's dangerous, and our people are exposed sometimes to danger or to hazardous environments. Taking a person out of the environment where physically he's doing something, to taking him into an environment where he is controlling an asset that's doing something. That allows us to bring in technology, that allows us to remove that person from that physical environment, it allows us to do things in a more carbon-friendly manner, it allows us to do things in a more efficient manner. That individual is still gainfully employed, they need to be reskilled, moving from more of an analog role into more of a digital role, but that can be done if it's done carefully and planned carefully. But it creates great benefit for the undertaking of the task and ensuring that the system is better, more real-time, more efficient. So technology is a very important part of that strategic journey. For a couple of years now, we've brought in the ESG component. Can we ensure that the impact environment is zero or minimal? The same from a social perspective. That speaks a lot to who your counterparty is, who's that mining company, how do they operate. So we very much tried to make sure that we entered into projects that were minimally impactful. But now what we've done is we've said we actually want to give projects a better weighting if we can make a positive impact. Leaving things how you found them is one thing, leaving things better off is another. That is then positive people, planet, profit, all coming together. You're a better business because you take care of those things. You're a better corporate citizen, and therefore companies are more willing to engage you. So we see ourselves, and we are, a positive impact business, and that makes us very, very relevant to where the world is going. With the greener economy development, lower carbon cost development, this concept and this activity of transforming something that has a negative value and often has a negative social impact, a negative environmental impact, and a negative financial impact into something that can have positive impact for all of those criteria is really what we're about.